This is what happens when the narcissist's world crumbles. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm truly grateful for your presence here today. Our topic of discussion is one that's bound to resonate deeply. What the narcissists never thought would happen. Take a moment to let that sink in. Before we delve into this intriguing subject, I want to extend a sincere invitation. If you find value in our content, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with others. Your support fuels our mission to empower and enlighten. Now, let's get right into it. What did the narcissists never anticipate? It's quite simple yet profound. They never imagined you would heal. They never fathomed that you would unravel their facade and uncover their true nature. They never expected you to rebuild yourself, to reclaim your power, and to find solace in your own journey. Throughout the tumultuous ride of your relationship with a narcissist, they thrived on your vulnerability, manipulating your emotions and keeping you ensnared in their web of deceit. But what they failed to realize is that your resilience knows no bounds. So, how did you accomplish this remarkable feat? Stick around as we explore the strategies and insights that empowered you to break free from the narcissist's grip and reclaim your autonomy. At some point during your journey, whether it was while you were in that relationship, when it ended, or even after you were out of it, you began to realize that something was off. You had questions swirling in your mind, wondering why things happened the way they did, why you were treated a certain way, why the relationship ended as it did. You probably discussed these doubts with friends or family, searching for answers. Back then, you didn't have a clear understanding of what was happening. Terms like narcissistic abuse might not have been in your vocabulary. But now, you're gaining insight and wisdom, thanks to your experiences and the support of the community. You're learning to recognize the manipulative tactics of narcissists and understand that their intentions were never in your best interest. The narcissist saw you as someone they could easily manipulate, perhaps because of your empathy or belief in the goodness of others. They didn't want you to see through their facade or heal from their abuse. They wanted to drain you of everything. Your time, energy, money, love, until there was nothing left of the person you once were. But here's the thing, you're awakening to their tactics. You're realizing that you were not alone in this experience, that it wasn't your fault, and that the narcissist's actions were deliberate. And as you continue to grow and heal, you're reclaiming your power and rebuilding yourself stronger than before. Let's really think about this for a moment. Not everyone out there is capable of loving or falling in love. Back in my younger days, I used to believe that everyone felt the same way I did, wanting to experience love, build the future, just like in those fairy tale movies. But as I've grown up, I've come to realize that's not the case. There are people who simply don't have the capacity for love. Now, I'm not saying that nobody can fall in love or feel love, but let's talk about narcissists. They're a whole different story. They can't genuinely fall in love. Sure, they can pretend, they can mimic empathy and care. But deep down, they're incapable of forming real emotional connections. Their whole game in a relationship is to make you believe they're everything you've ever wanted, to lure you in. And when you finally let your guard down and fall for them, that's when they've got you trapped. Think about it. When you said those 3 words, I love you, and you meant every bit of it, that's when they knew they had you where they wanted you. But here's the kicker. They can't reciprocate that love. It's just not in their nature, and they definitely don't want you figuring that out. If you have the ability to love, to genuinely feel a connection with someone, cherish it. It's a beautiful thing, and it's something narcissists envy. They see your kindness and love as weaknesses they can exploit. They don't want you showing emotions unless it serves their agenda. So hold on to your ability to love, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Now let's talk about something important. The narcissist never saw this coming. You're rebuilding yourself, breaking free from the cycle, going no contact, and cutting off all ties with them and their allies. What you've been through is something not everyone faces. You've either conquered the narcissistic relationship or you're on your way to beating it. And guess what? The doors of abundance are opening up for you, or they're starting to peek through. When I say healed or healing path, I really mean it. Let me explain what I mean by doors of abundance. when you were tangled up in that toxic relationship. You were anything but abundant. Love and care were in short supply, and that relationship was dragging you down. Remember the stonewalling, silent treatments, gaslighting, and all the other manipulative tactics. Yeah, that was all part of it. But now, things are different. Maybe you've cut off contact. Maybe you're just starting to see the true extent of the damage caused by that relationship. Either way, you're slowing things down and taking a good look at the wreckage that was left behind. Whether it lasted a day, a week, a month, or even longer, you're realizing just how much of your time and energy was drained by that person. They drove wedges between you and everything that mattered: your hobbies, your kids, your friends, your family, your job, your health, your finances. And the common denominator in all of that negativity is the narcissist. Here's an example to help you understand better. Think back on the relationships you've had: romantic partners, friends, family, colleagues, anyone. You might notice a pattern. With some people, every interaction was pretty smooth. Sure, it wasn't perfect. There was no drama, no manipulation, no confusion, no chaos. Then there's that one person. Every time you talked to them, it felt like there was a fire to put out. Drama galore, constant complaining, always throwing someone else under the bus. That person? Yeah, that's the narcissist. They were showing their true colors all along, especially once they knew they had you hooked and trapped in that devaluation stage. They were playing games, revealing their mask bit by bit. But hey, you weren't given a crash course on narcissism back in school, so you didn't see it coming. Now, when you realize that the common denominator in most of the toxic situations you faced is that dark energy force, the narcissist, you start to see things differently. You understand the need to go no contact, to block them, to slow down and heal, to process everything. And eventually, you aim for that mountaintop, that pinnacle of indifference. When you reach that point, you'll realize just how deep and wide this whole thing really is. These kinds of people are all over the place. That's why it's crucial to take the lessons you've learned from dealing with narcissists and use them in your life now. Boundaries are key. And let me tell you about those doors of abundance. They're waiting for you to open them. That means you can do so many things: take a class, teach one, read, write, travel, fall in love, go on adventures, be yourself, sleep until noon, stay up till dawn, reach out to whoever you want, whenever you want. It's your journey, your path. Remember, narcissists trying to hold you back, to keep you from finding those doors of opportunity, those chances for abundance. They wanted to keep you stuck in that low-vibe devaluation stage. And they did for a while, until you broke free. You said, enough is enough. It took so much from you: your time, your energy, your relationships, your money, your sense of worth. They might have even started a smear campaign against you, spreading lies and gossip to tear you down. But you saw through it. You realized what they were doing and you broke free from their grip. That's strength. But what the narcissist never expected was for you to rebuild yourself, to become strong, to stop playing their games, to ignore their attempts to draw you back in, and to let them move on to their next victim without a second thought. That's why I always stress in my videos, do not fall for Hoover. Now, if you're new to this community, a covert is when the narcissist tries to pull you back into the relationship, no matter how much time has passed. It's a dangerous trap to fall into because it means you haven't set boundaries, you might not have fully healed, and you haven't realized that going back to them will only lead to more pain, maybe even worse than before. As narcissists age, they become even more entitled, belligerent, and nasty. Their old tricks don't work as well, so they have to work harder to find new victims. And at one point, you were one of those victims, either because you didn't know about narcissism or because you were pulled back in after leaving. But now, you're gaining wisdom and strength, and you won't let them trap you again. The thing is, recycling is for things like glass, plastic, and aluminum, not for people. We don't do that. That's what narcissists do. What we do is invest in ourselves. We know that we're the ones who shine brightly, who fuel our own energy, not someone else to suck it out of us like a parasite. See, narcissists are always on the lookout for a host. They're like parasites. They'll promise you the world, but deliver nothing substantial. They just want to keep you stuck in a miserable state. But once you realize that, once you understand that the narcissist never expected you to break free, to cut ties, to go no contact, you won't want to stay in that kind of relationship for a minute longer than necessary. No matter what they say, no amount of money could ever convince you to enter a relationship with them or someone like them again. Why would you? Your peace, your quiet, your abundance, that's what defines you, just like the calm of this forest, with its singing birds and bustling life. This is your path. Peace, harmony, serenity, abundance, growth. It's your life. You don't want to be in a relationship where you're always tiptoeing around, never knowing who's going to greet you at the door, the friendly neighbor or the angry monster. You can't even order pizza without getting criticized. If you pick pepperoni, they'll say they wanted ham and cheese. Choose ham and cheese, and suddenly they're craving hamburger. No matter what you do, you can't please the narcissist. That's why they're like ticking time bombs, disasters waiting to happen. They prey on people who don't realize their own value, dumping all their toxic energy onto them. But then comes that moment of clarity for each of us in the community, that aha moment. You realize today's the day. I can't be in this anymore. Whether you decide to end it, go no contact, or start using strategies like grey rock, it's a turning point for you. And let me tell you, once you leave the narcissist behind and focus on healing, doors of opportunity start opening up. These folks have been putting in the work, processing past relationships, healing old wounds from childhood, journaling, watching videos, meditating, you name it. And guess what? They're now witnessing their lives transform in amazing ways. These are the people who've done the heavy lifting, who'd faced their darkest moments head-on, just like I did. They pieced themselves back together, realizing that no one was coming to rescue them. And now, their lives are taking a beautiful, abundant turn. It's incredible to witness. Here's the thing. When you redirect all the energy you poured into a toxic relationship towards healing and self-growth, that's when the magic happens. You come to understand that true peace and fulfillment come from within. You become the strongest, most resilient version of yourself. Many of the folks I've worked with have reached this point, the pinnacle of indifference. They've let go of the narcissist and all the drama that came with them. They've slowed down, healed, and now they're seeing doors of opportunity swing wide open. Trust me, it's real. If you're skeptical, give it a shot. Prioritize your healing, focus on yourself, and watch how you transform into a whole new version of yourself. One that's stronger, happier, and more fulfilled. That's where I'm at now, and let me tell you, it's a beautiful place to be. So break the cycle and commit to healing properly. You won't regret it. This isn't a quick fix like popping microwave popcorn or flipping a light switch. It's a journey, a process of focusing on yourself, healing properly, and realizing the strength and wisdom gained from enduring that toxic relationship. It's like shedding your old skin to make way for a new, improved version of yourself. A majestic butterfly emerging from a cocoon. You're evolving, transforming into something incredible, and you're starting to see all these opportunities and blessings unfold before you. Keep the faith, stay positive, and remember, the narcissist never expected you to break free, heal, and grow. But here you are, proving them wrong. So keep your chin up, stay strong, and believe in yourself. You're resilient, brave, and absolutely amazing. Take care of yourself, prioritize your well-being, and treat yourself with the love and kindness you deserve. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. I'm deeply grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. See you in the next video.